What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm actually out looking at some old buildings here because that's my thing in life. I like saving old shit, mainly because I'm old shit. So we have some clarification from the Seattle Seahawks about DK Metcalf. They say you can have him, but it's going to be a first and a third round draft pick is what they're asking for. Now, let me say this. You can ask for anything that you want. You can ask. You can put a price on it. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. Don't mean you're going to get it. So, yeah. It's like this, as a contractor, okay? I don't do as many jobs for people as I used to. I'm actually fortunate. Oh, man, they're working on that finally. Okay, cool. This is downtown. There's a building down here that I'm actually trying to see which one it was because it used to be a house of the Bushes. I'm sorry, I digress. As a contractor, a lot of times you go look at a job and it would be a nightmare and you just be like, oh shit, I don't want to do this thing. So what you do is you end up giving them the FU price. And you're saying the FU price? Yeah, you put a price on it that's so high that generally speaking that they're just going to say, oh man, screw you. That's too high. Or you end up getting a number on there that is so high that makes it worthwhile to do it. What Seattle's basically saying is, after letting go Lockett, we don't really want to trade this guy. So if you really want him, yeah, you can have him for a first and a third. That's my take on it. Or you don't go out there and say, we'll take a second. You want to put a number out there to give you room to negotiate, okay? To negotiate. And this gives them plenty of room to negotiate. Although this is the same team that gave up 2 number ones for what's his name? Safety, Adams, in the box safety. Adams, which was not good. So they may overvalue the price of players. There are so many old historic houses here that it literally gets me going crazy. That one right there, that I believe was the church. That one right there, that was one of the original houses. And of course the Plum House. I'm trying to figure out a way to map out all of the original structures that were here in town, so that way everybody knows, this was an old house, this was an old house, and how the city actually laid out. Sorry, I'm a historic commissioner, and I'm trying to really do some cool things with the city and stuff. But be that as it may, that's interesting. This is me. I would go through, because the Cowboys' second round pick is almost the first round pick, and I'd say, I'll give you a second round pick for him. And you might look at that and say, no, man, that's too much. And you could. There's a couple ways you look at this. You can rent a guy, that's older, or a lower tier guy and pay less. But to me, you have to look at DK Metcalf would be the best one out there. I think he's still young enough that he doesn't have that many miles on him. And you would want to look at him and say, he's a guy like A.J. Brown. And you think about what A.J. Brown has meant to the Eagles the last 4 years. So do you look at this and say, we're trying to put a Band-Aid on it and get somebody like Tyler Lockett, who is old and not as productive, and pay less and not have to give them any draft picks? Or maybe try and spend quite a bit more, no draft picks, but then look at somebody like Devontae Adams. That might be, but if you want the best one that they have, you have to go ahead and look and say that DK Metcalf is the best one that's out there on the market. There's There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is the best one that is out there on the market for it. It's just going to cost you. It's going to cost you money, and it's going to cost you draft picks. I usually don't mind giving up one, but it's hard to say to give up both. But then again, what's it worth to win a Super Bowl? Alrighty, good people. Peace out.